Now, let's shift gears. These meetings that we're going to do, this Texas tour with Adam Vincent Gilmer, is going to be a high-powered opportunity. And as you saw, it's a ticketed event. And what we want to do is we want to help you to promote, right? And there's a difference between promoting and announcing, right? The promoters pack the rooms. Announcers just, they say there's something going on and they hope people show up. But we're going to show you how to invite to these Texas Tour events in such a way that people actually show up. Now, as we mentioned, we're putting the tickets back up on the screen. We're going to be using these tickets because it's a ticketed event, and ticketed events are very special. We've done ticketed events where we've literally had 1,500 to 2,000 people show up, where when we were doing our regular meetings, we had 200 people, and that's because ticketed events are very special. As a matter of fact, they're so special, there will be the temptation to do them a lot. And I want to challenge you to resist that, because if you overdo it, they lose their power, okay? Yeah. So you want to make sure that that we're balanced on this. If you're not sure, let's confer and see if we should do this, okay? But we're going to show you now how to invite with these tickets. I hope you guys will, if you were kind of nodding off or whatever, getting a little bored, get yourself back in, turn your attention back up, because now we're shifting gears and we're going to show you how to get people show up, because our goal for Dallas is no fewer than 100 guests, okay? Arenda, Jana, did you guys hear that? No fewer than 100 guests, not team members, 100 guests, and team members on top of that, all right? Same thing with McAllen, Texas. So Marcia, Dr. Terry, Doris, Fatih, Natividad. Hey guys, it's time, because we're going to put 100 guests in the room. And same thing in Houston. So that's CJ, Maritza, myself, the rest of the Maria Lugo, the rest of the Houston Jades and above. We want to make sure that we put 100 guests in the room on Saturday morning. Now, San Antonio is a newer market with a smaller team. Our goal there is 50 guests in the room. But here's the deal, guys. Here's the deal. Let's qualify that. What is a guest? A couple counts as one, right? So if I'm doing a meeting and Danny and Stephanie show up, that's one guest. Okay. If one thing that might happen in the valley is you might have family groups show up. You might have, grandma comes and she's got her 2 daughters and a couple of cousins that come, and they all support, and only one of them is really going to sign up. That's 5 people, but that's one guest. Okay. So we want, because what we're looking for is the result. We're not just looking for bodies, we're looking for the result, okay? So if we all have a result mindset, this is going to be absolutely amazing. So again, we're looking for 100 guests in Dallas. We're looking for 100 guests in McAllen. We're looking for 100 guests in Houston, and we're looking for 50 guests in San Antonio. Okay, guys? All right. Now, let me show you this. This is really amazing. There's a science behind a ticketed event, okay? You guys ready for this? Check this out. This is the math for a ticketed event. Because in my promotion for this training, I said, how would you like to make $300 at each of these events? Okay, $300. And I'm going to show you how you do it. We're looking for each team member to have 20 tickets. Okay? Each team member has 20 tickets. And if you hand those tickets out properly, what's the key word? Properly.
Properly.
You'll have 20 people that say, yes, I am coming. Now, write this in your notes, guys. The only thing that's a yes is a yes. I'll get a babysitter. Let me see if I can get a babysitter. What's that?
No.
No.
All right. Let me see if I can. I'll try to get off work in time. What's that?
No.
No.
If I can get out of the dealership by that time, I'll be there.
No.
No.
Right? All of those, I'll try. What's that?
For
Okay.
sure, no.
Okay. Hey, Stephanie, I'll do my best to be there. What's that?
That's a no.
Absolute no.
The only thing that's a yes is a yes, folks. Okay? And you can't be afraid to get a yes. Right? I mean, I want you to have the mindset that Oprah Winfrey, right, or Tony Robbins is is doing their last ever event, and they're going to do it in your city. And somehow, some way, you got your hands on an extra ticket. And you're calling up your friend saying, hey, Oprah's doing her, after this, she's never going to speak again. And she's doing it right here in San Antonio, right? And do you want your friend to say, okay, well, I'll try my best to be there? And you're not going to accept that as an answer, because you might end up sitting there by yourself and your ticket went to waste, right? So you got to have that same mentality, okay? So 20 tickets handed out properly equals 20 people that say, yes, I'm coming. And even with that, half of them are lying, right? Only 10 are going to show up, okay? But that's why you got to get 20 to say, yes, I'm coming. Now, what's the worst thing that could happen? All 20 show up, right? But you get 20 to say, yes, I'm coming. 10 actually show up. And guess what? We're going to do such a great job that you should expect on average that 3 of them are going to join our business.
Hey, Terrence.
Yes, sir.
Stephanie and I learned from one of our former mentors, there's another option for these tickets, because you can create value with those tickets, much like you said, using the story with Oprah and what have you. But, you know, our old mentor told us that 100% of the people you bring will show up.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's a little challenging with the busy lifestyles that we have nowadays, but if you can arrange for these tickets to be delivered as you pick up your guest and bring them to these events, 100% of those people will be there.
Absolutely, Danny. You know, here's what we had happen in the past. One of the things we had happen in the past, because like you said, 100% of the people that you bring in your car, they're going to be there, right? So when we would do these large ticketed events, and we used to call them millionaire masterminds, right? And we'd promote for them the way I'm going to share with everybody how to invite today. You know, some folks would even arrange for some of their guests to show up in limousines. And what we would do is we would reserve with the red velvet, you know, on the stanchions, the first 2 rows on both sides, and those were reserved for people who showed up in a limousine. And so what they would do is they'd have, you know, maybe they had 10 guests coming, and so they'd rent a limo, you know, what's it going to cost you? About $200 for the night or whatever. And they'd have their guests meet them at a restaurant and say, hey, you know, we're going to just get some appetizers or whatever at, you know, say 6 o'clock or 5:30. And as their guests are there, and then at 6:30, they'd put all their guests in the limo and bring them over to the meeting, right, which is just a few blocks away. And so they'd pull up in the front, and they'd be like VIP, and they'd get ushered right to the front rows. They feel all special and stuff. But you know what the reality is? They all got there, like Danny said. Right?
Yeah.
So, you know, think about that, guys. Be creative, but get your folks there. You're going to have some folks that are going to go buy nice black envelopes, you know, that go with the invitations. I mean, whatever you can do to make it special. But if you have 20 to hand it out properly, 10 guests show up, you can expect 3 to sign up. And now let's suppose one of them signs up with an ambassador pack. That's $200 for you. One signs up with a Supreme pack. That's $100 for you. This got cut off somehow, but underneath it says one with a basic pack. That's $25 for you. That's a total of $325 that you made in one night. Isn't that powerful? That's awesome. Now, this math will be adjusted in the future, because in the future you would have paid $100 for your 20 tickets, so you would have turned a profit of $225. This particular set of events, you'll make the whole $325. But you'll also, when I promoted this, I said, how would you like to make $300 and have the activity in your business needed for you to go to the next level? Well, guess what? You got 3 new business people, 3 new business partners on your team. And if you do 4 J parties on the calendar for each one, that's 12 J parties that you've got to go do now. Now you're busy. Now you're getting exposed to their warm markets. And now you can actually start building your team, and you can go Sapphire. Or
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, back in the day, 13 years ago or so, when Danny and I were doing another company, we actually had to buy tickets. We were required to buy tickets to the next event. And there's something about having those tickets in your hand that causes a huge sense of urgency. You know, and we were having, back in the day, having to buy tickets when we weren't making the money yet. And so when you have that money out of your pocket, there is definitely a sense of urgency to get people there so that you do have the opportunity to put them in front of somebody that is a master at showing the business, and you've got a greater chance of close. So it really is important. We need to act like these tickets are on fire. They're hot potatoes, and we have to get them out of our hands.
Absolutely. Oh my God, Stephanie, you couldn't be more right. And I look forward to the future when, once we've got this under, now people understand the concept and we have people pay for the tickets, it's going to be even better, because you know what, it's a greater value when you had to buy your tickets, right? You had to shell out the $100. So, but this is the math, guys. There's a science behind this. So let's talk about what is properly. A proper invitation to the ticketed event is different than the proper invitation to your regular business opportunity meeting. In your regular business opportunity meeting, you're going to go ahead and invite people to come and take a look at Jeunesse, let them know what it is, et cetera, okay? But for the ticketed event, you are going to edify the speaker, okay? This is different. Normally, we edify the company, the opportunity, the products. For the ticketed event, we edify the speaker. And this is going to work with any diamond or any speaker that's coming to your town to do a ticketed event, because their conversation, their presentation isn't going to just be the slides of the business presentation. They're going to talk about success principles, right? They're going to talk about how to be successful in this day and age, and how to think a little bit differently. And then also the presentation is going to happen, okay? So in this invitation, you edify the speaker. You don't highlight the business. You don't highlight the company. You've done it right if when the guests arrive, they're looking forward to hearing from and meeting the speaker. Mm-hmm. That's what it means when you've done it right. They want to hear from this person. What do they have to talk about? That's going to help me to be more successful in my life, okay? So that's how you want to do this. Now, the key elements are that you need to be excited when you do the invitation. And I don't mean like, oh my God, you got to come. I mean a proper level, like I'm excited right now. You can tell I have an excitement level in my voice. Hey, Marsha, you got to check this out. I'm going to demonstrate this to you, right? You got to have urgency. This is not a 2-hour phone conversation, right? And you have to take it away from them. As you give it, you have to take it away, and you'll see what I mean by that in just a second, okay? So here's the actual invitation. I encourage everybody, screenshot this, okay? Screenshot so that you can kind of get an idea. It's not so much the words, it's more so the attitude, but you'll see what I'm talking about. So let's suppose I'm inviting, one of our rising stars on the team, Esmer, to the meeting, okay? So this is what it sounds like. It's and I'm inviting her to the McAllen meeting, which is Thursday, April 28th, okay? So it goes like this. Hey, Esmer, how you doing? Awesome. Hey, what are you doing on Thursday, the 28th, around 7 o'clock? Now, you wait for an answer. And by the way, do you hear the excitement and a little bit of urgency in my voice? I'm not, hey, Esmer, what you doing on Thursday, the 28th? Yeah, maybe 7 o'clock. It's totally different, right? She's going to respond to my energy. Hey, Esmer, T. Gray here. What's happening? Good. Hey, what are you doing on Thursday, the 28th, around 7 o'clock? Now, wait for an answer, okay? If she's available, I'm going to continue. If she's not available, I'm like, okay, well, you know what? Sorry you can't make that. I was going to give you a big invitation. There's something I want you to look at. I'm going to send you a video. I want you to watch and give me your feedback, okay? I'm not going to get into my invitation because she can't come. She says, I'm out of town that day. Or, you know what, I got a board meeting that day. Okay, skip it, all right? All right, but she's available. She goes, I'm Thursday, I'm not doing anything. Why, what's up? Great, put me down for that time. I'm inviting you to a very special event, okay? Have you ever heard of Adam Vincent Gilmer? Now, she's probably going to say no, right? I'm saying no? Okay, well, he's a very successful entrepreneur. He's an author. He partnered with a company a few years ago, and now that company has become the fastest ever in its industry to achieve its first billion-dollar year. Since the company hit its first billion-dollar year in just 6 years, that puts it in an exclusive category with companies like Facebook, Google, eBay, Amazon, and Dell, right? It's not some regular deal. It's not some regular guy. Now, Mr. Gilmer has also created a life success system that's helping professionals all over the world. He's most recently been speaking in places like Rome, Paris, the Philippines, Dubai, and now he's coming to McAllen, Texas. And by the way, Adam is speaking in Rome today. And when he's done, he's going speaking in Paris. And he was speaking in the Philippines about a month ago. And he was speaking in Dubai a few weeks ago. Right? So this is pretty cool. We could say that about him, right? So he's most recently been speaking in places like Rome, Paris, the Philippines, Dubai, and now he's coming to McAllen, Texas. The seating is very limited. But guess what? Esmer, I was able to secure a ticket for you, okay? Now, this ticket has a $100 value, but if you can commit to being there so my ticket doesn't go to waste, I got it covered. Will you be there? Okay? Now, it's not being deceptive. This is true. The ticket does have at least a $100 value because when Adam does his 80/20 365 training event, guess what? People pay at least $100 to be there. If he's depending on the length of the event, people pay $300, $500, even more. So to come and get his, he's a successful entrepreneur, guys. He has had his own company. He's been able to achieve something in 4 years that most people really would love to achieve about their life and have a life like his. How many of you agree that it's worth at least $100 to hear from him for an evening talking about how to be successful? Right? So that's why I say the ticket has a $100 value, but if you can commit to being there so my ticket's not going to waste, I've got you covered. Will you be there? And then you stop talking. Because what are you looking for?
An answer.
And what answer are we looking for?
Yes.
Yes, right? So Esmer says, well, you said Thursday? Okay, well, I'll try to get there. Let me see if I can get out of work on time. I'm going to say, you know what, Esmer? I tell you what, why don't you go to work tomorrow and check your schedule and let me know for sure if you can get out. And then if you can get out, call me. And if the ticket is still available, I'll let you have it. But I got, this event is too big for a maybe. I got to have people who are definitely going to be there. She says, well, let me see if I can get a babysitter. I'm going to say, hey, Esmer, let me ask you a question. If Oprah Winfrey or the president was coming to town or Bill Gates was coming to town to talk about how to be successful, would you find a babysitter? She says, yes. I said, well, find a babysitter. And then call me. And if this ticket is still available, I'll let you have it. But I can't give it to you on a if I find a babysitter. See how I'm taking it away? I'm creating value for it. Okay. Esmer says to me, where is that? Oh, it's at the Forum. Oh, I live in Harlingen. That's 45 minutes drive. I don't know. That's kind of far. I'm saying, Esmer, seriously, how far would you drive to have more success? You want to have more success, don't you? Right? Like seriously, think about it for a second. If Bill Gates was coming to McAllen to talk about how to be more successful, would you drive 45 minutes? And she says, yes. I said, well, listen, Bill Gates is not coming, but Adam Vincent Gilmer is. Right? So sometimes you got to help people with their philosophy because they have kind of trained answers to, to situations. Normally, she might not want to drive the 45 minutes, but I got to let her know this is worth it. This is worth driving, 45 hours. Okay? Now, she says, yes, I'll be there, T. Gray. Got it. I'm excited. Thanks for thinking about me. Say, great, I'm going to get the ticket to you. But listen, if for any reason, Esmer, if for any reason things change and you can't make it, can you do this for me? Can you give me at least 24 hours notice so that I can put somebody else in your spot? Now, these words are very important, guys. Don't skip this part. Don't be afraid. This is the takeaway. This is the part that seals the deal. Because psychologically, nobody likes someone else to be in their spot. And this is the part where you're letting them know, I'm not chasing you. I'm not begging you. If you can't make it, I need my ticket back so I can put somebody else in there.
Right.
This is the part that creates the value. So I want to challenge you. Don't be afraid of this. Practice it a few times so that you can say it in a strong way but a non-offensive way. and this will make the difference for you. I hope you guys have been screenshotting this and trying to stay on each one long enough for you to get a screenshot, okay? Now, sometimes what happens is they're going to ask, so what's it going to be about? Here's your answer. Mr. Gilmer's going to share success principles on how you can take your current success to another level. It's going to be great information. Will you be there? You always end your answer with a question, okay? Well, can you give me some information about the company? Hey, you know what? I don't want to steal any of Mr. Gilmer's thunder. He's going to share success principles on how you can take your current success to another level. It's going to be great information that you can use in your situation. Will you be there? Okay? And if you stick to that, guys, it will be huge success. Last thing I'll say before I kick this back over to my partners here is you want to put your name on the ticket. I recommend, since the ticket is black, you go buy the gold marker or a silver marker, put your name on the ticket. Do not attach your business card or give your website, because what you don't want is people going to your Jeunesse website, looking at everything there and deciding, oh, it's one of those things, it's not for me, okay? So you want them to come excited to hear from Adam Vincent Gilmer. And when we do this for any of the other diamonds, you know, if we're doing this for Becky, hey, you want them to come and they're excited to hear from Becky, or they're excited to hear from Todd, or they're excited to hear from Cedric. That's the proper way to do the ticketed event invite, okay? And then you want to tell your guest the attire is business or business casual. Ask your guest to arrive at least 15 minutes early. Follow up with them 3 days before and 5 hours before. 3 days before and 5 hours before. So if the event is at 7, that means at 2 o'clock the day of. And you want to follow up with a text message. And the text message says, hey, Esmer, friendly reminder, looking forward to seeing you at the big event on Thursday. Hey, Esmer, friendly reminder, looking forward to seeing you at 6:30 tonight. Do not say, are you still coming? That's weak. And it gives them the opportunity to say, no, we'll wiggle out. If I say, I'm looking forward to seeing you, I create so much positive energy and positive momentum that if they were thinking about weaseling out, it's harder for them. They got to come all the way back to, right? But it's harder for them to do that, okay? So that said, guys, I'm going to kick it over to you guys for a few minutes.
So I just like to say this
Successful
is
that'll
really
be.
good. Can you hear me?
Yep, yes, ma'am.
Okay, I just like to say this, and I really want to engage really from the general message, because I sometimes think people kind of want to go out there,
Hey, Marcia, we're not hearing you.
create something that's their own. Yes? You can't hear me?
Yeah, now we can hear you.
Can't
So
hear me?
start all over again.
I don't know what happened.
Go ahead, just start all over again.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just, okay. I'm just saying that Terrence has had phenomenal success in this business already and has used these principles because I've been taught this by him before, and it absolutely works. So don't really try to change it. Just stick to what has already been proven.
Awesome, Marcia. Thank you so much. Hey, what about Danny and Stephanie? What are you guys thinking about this?
Okay, guys, this is Rome. Y'all see this? This is Rome. This is what we need to look like. This is so exciting. I just cannot quit looking at this picture going, this needs to be in the United States. It's great outside of the country. What are we doing differently? The difference between us and Rome and the Philippines and Malaysia and all these other countries is we're comfortable.
Right.
We're fat, happy, and comfortable. I'm talking about myself too. We got to get out of our comfort zone. We got to let people know that we have the best things. It's chocolate ice cream. Oh, that sounds really good right now. Anyway, let's go try. We have to create this urgency. Nobody's going to do this for us. If we don't do it, we might as well just quit gymnastics, do our jobs, do whatever we're doing today. Because if we don't create this urgency, nothing's going to change. So let's get on it. Let's treat the $1 million ticket, whether it's Bill Gates, Obama, I don't care who it is, whoever that person is that you can create that emergency. That's what we have to do. This is a one-shot tonight. I really feel like that these events is what catapults us to the next level, so that we can all get on stage. We can get on stage. Y'all can get on stage. Our team can get on stage. But we have to take action. Bottom line.
Awesome.
Hey, Terrence, we've all been able to work together using this system before you put it together. And it's phenomenal what we can do on short-term notice, And Martha was in Austin when we did the 80/20/365 class here. Actually texted me, I think sometime around 12:30 or 1 o'clock in the morning with just a small tweak. We implemented that tweak, and I believe Adam and everybody that attended that meeting commented that it was the most powerful event they've ever been to. So my point to saying that is this. Don't be afraid of pride. Don't be afraid of change. Just engage, use the system, because it's a roadmap to success for all our personality.
T. Gray, thank you so much. We really appreciate all the hard work that you put into this. Everybody should have gotten a bazillion nuggets of this. Your notebook is full. This is fabulous. Take it to heart and move forward with it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Stephanie. I appreciate that. And I want us to thank each of you guys for lending your energy, credibility, and your insights to this training as well. And I want to let everybody know that Danny, Stephanie, and Marcia had a chance to see the notes before, give their input. So the information that you got today also came from them. And this is what we want to do, guys. You have the blueprint. And we want to encourage you, follow the blueprint, and we will have success. I would add to what Stephanie said, the difference between us and Rome is that somebody out there is so excited that they figured out how to promote and not just announce. And we want to encourage you guys that now that we know how to put on a world-class meeting, and now that we know how to promote and invite with these tickets, get your tickets. Remember, get with your upline Sapphire above. We'll get the tickets into your hands, and let's commit to 100+ guests in Dallas, in McAllen, and in Houston, and 50 in San Antonio, okay? And let's show Adam Vincent Gilmer that we appreciate him, and let's show all the other diamonds that are watching that Texas is absolutely ready. So let's get those tickets going. Let's rock this thing, guys. We appreciate everybody getting on this training with us, and this will be our first wave of incredible success as we go ahead and get Texas off the grid. Thank you, guys. Thanks to everybody who's watching, and we'll get the recording up on YouTube ASAP. All right, good day, everybody. Let's rock.